Greetings fellow LEGO fans, MC back again. You won't believe it, but it's time to fly to the moon. Yeah, the videos for the space themed sets are coming. Well, you wouldn't have believed it, I guess, as I said, but. But before we start the set on 5, we should go with the beginning. Last time before Easter I said, before you go to space, learn to fly, and we built this nice biplane. And there's still something you need before you go to space, and that's some smart people who can bring you there. And so I guess it's the right time for the Women of NASA set. 4 smart and great women, 2 who made it possible to fly to the moon, and 2 who actually went into space. So let's start from the beginning, I would say. As far as I know, there are some infos in the manual about those 4 ladies, and I know you all could read it yourself, but maybe I'll just tell a little bit of what's inside. I don't know how much info they give us, but we'll see. So I would say let's jump right into it, open this box and get this fine little set built. Ta-ta-ta-ta! Well, a nice solid box. Three bags inside, and a nice little manual. I love those boxes. They're sturdy, they look good, and you can close them again. Really awesome. And pretty nice artwork, I would say. So what do we have here? So, and here we already start with the info about those ladies. Well, that's some nice info as far as I can read upside down. And the fan designer of this set and the Lego designers are also there. And then we jump right into building it. So let's start. So here we have the tiles with the names printed. That's really great about those idea sets. They're mostly printed pieces. The Saturn V, no stickers at all, great. But some other idea sets do have stickers. You can see him right now, he's behind the shuttle. Voltron has the number stickers for the lions, but that's a good thing. As far as I know, the Japanese version, the lions didn't have numbers on them, but for example the US version, the lions were numbered, so depending on which look you prefer, you can choose. So in that case, stickers are really a good idea. But the old fishing store, for example, has some stickers as far as I've seen, but yeah, okay. We just have to live with that, but that's enough for that. Now let's get back to this set. Yeah, printed names, and now let's build the ladies. Here we have the 4 chosen women of this set: Nancy G. Roman, Sally Ride, Mae Jemison, and Margaret Hamilton. Yeah, I'll tell you a bit about them, what they tell us in the instructions, and for now let's just put them somewhere here so they can give us company. And here we have Margaret Hamilton next to a staple of books or papers or whatever, and a great printed tile with some, well, don't know, some program scheme. Oh, looks pretty nice, and as far as I know, that's some sort of, well, iconic photo of her. If I find it, you will see it now here. Let's see. So, number 1. And here we have Mae Jemison, and Sally Ride. Oh, it's another really nice build. I love the space shuttle, I love shuttles. A real masterpiece of engineering. This reusable spacecraft. Too bad they don't fly anymore, but after all those years, their time had to come someday. But they were really great. Of course, some drawbacks, but overall an excellent program. And the carrier rocket with the solid boosters. Yeah, pretty cool in that scale. here we have Nancy G. Roman with the Hubble Space Telescope and a nice printed panel with a picture Hubble took. That's a great idea too. I love that everything is printed. Yeah, and here we have our 4 women of NASA they chose for this set. And well, I have to admit, it really is a great set. Great design, great display stands. Here we have Margaret Hamilton, the programmer, with some of the program code in the background. Nancy G. Roman with the Hubble Space Telescope and the awesome space picture. And Mae Jemison and Sally Ride, 2 real astronauts, went to space in the shuttle. Well, that must have been a ride back then. Yeah. Yes, that's it for this set. And I really enjoyed it. Now we know how to fly from the biplane. We have the brains with this set, and I would say, are we ready? We are ready to go to the moon, powered by the Saturn V, and stay tuned. We'll go all the way, build this rocket, send men to space this decade, like Kennedy promised. He kept it. Great, great achievement from NASA, really awesome. And we'll have the Eagle landed. Now, the stories behind the ladies. Nancy Grace Roman was born in 1925, and at the age of only 11 she created with her classmates an astronomy club. Yeah, well, she worked at several observatories after she graduated from high school, and during that time she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree and a PhD in astronomy. Well, if you start with astronomy by the age of 11, it's pretty clear where you're going, I guess. And yeah, in her late 20s she discovered unusual behavior in the emission spectra of the star A.G. Draconis. Sounds like a great achievement. I don't know what this means, but great lady. And with her published findings, she became very recognized in the astronomy field. She applied to the back then newly formed NASA after working at the Naval Research Laboratory. Lots of brains. Yeah, and she also became the first chief of astronomy for its Office of Space Science at NASA. The first female in an executive position in the agency. Whoa! Gets even better. And yeah, through her career at NASA, she was involved in the development and launching of several satellites, and most famous her work in the planning of Hubble Space Telescope. It works pretty fine now. There were some minor troubles in the beginning, but yeah, we all need some help when we want to see clear and sharp, and Hubble wasn't that different from us. So, Yeah, she's also called Mother of Hubble. Well, and in 1969 she received the NASA Exceptional Scientific Achievement Medal. Oh, that's cool. NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Technology Fellowship in Astrophysics and the asteroid 2516 Roman are named in her honor. Boo! Yeah, she got her own science club and an asteroid flying around with her name. That's some achievement. So, stay in school, study, get your stuff together, follow your dreams, and you can reach the stars. So, let's see who's next. Jump a bit to the future. Well, now it's past, but back then it was the future. With Sally Ride and Mae Jemison, MD. Yeah, Sally was born in Los Angeles in 1951. Well, she has a PhD in physics from Stanford University. Yeah, that NASA was recruiting astronauts. She read that in a student newspaper. So, and that was the first time women could apply for that position, and so she gave it a try, and obviously she got the ticket to the shuttle. Of course, during the training there was a lot of media attention because of her gender, but she insisted on being treated like every other astronaut. So yeah, that's just natural. You do the same as others, so you want to be treated like the others. On June 18th, 1983, she blasted off aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger to become America's first woman in space. Well, she was a lucky girl back then. We all know what happened to Challenger few years later. During the flight, she used Challenger's robotic arm to capture a satellite hurtling around Earth. Fishing in space. In 1984, she took a second flight aboard the Challenger, and she left NASA in 1987 and became a physics professor. Makes sense. She has a lot of great stories to tell, I guess. And yeah, her students were very lucky to hear those stories, I would say. She co-wrote science books for young people. Sally died in 2012, but posthumously she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Well deserved. So much for Sally. And now off to Mae Jemison. She set her mind early to exploration, was a very curious girl. Her mission has always included science, teaching and discovery something new. She also was at Stanford. She started at the age of 16. Doctorate in medicine from Cornell University Medical College. So she was a real-life McCoy, so to say. Would be great if she was on the Enterprise, but Enterprise was the one shuttle that never flew into space as far as I know. So she was with the Peace Corps and in Sierra Leone and Liberia. In 1987, she was one of 15 individuals chosen from among 2,000 applicants to train to be a NASA astronaut. And on September 12th in 1992, she launched into space aboard the space shuttle Endeavour. At least the shuttle starting with an E. And she spent over 190 hours conducting life sciences, material sciences and medical experiments. She founded a science camp for 12 to 16-year-olds, started 2 technology companies, and was an environmental studies professor. That's great. Taking care of the environment too, so we don't have to flee into space, but only fly into space if we want. Today she leads 100-year Starship, a global initiative that is pushing the frontiers of space exploration, ensuring human interstellar travel in 100 years. That's a great goal. Yeah, as they say, reach for the stars. Interstellar travel within 100 years. Well, they brought men to moon within 1 decade, so why not? Yeah, that's for those 2 ladies. Let's go to Margaret Hamilton. You may wonder why I show her last. Yes, from her age she would come between Nancy and Sally and May, but she was one of the writers of the program code for the moon landing. She was born in 1936, always interested in mathematics. Yeah, she was at the MIT. She had projects including developing weather predicting and air defense software. Sounds really cool. And all that in an era when computer science and software engineering were not yet established as disciplines. In contact with NASA, she came when NASA contracted with the MIT to develop the guidance and navigation system for the Apollo moon landing program. So, here she comes. Her experience led to her becoming the leader of the team responsible for developing the spacecraft's onboard flight software for the command module and the lunar module. Well, without her knowledge and her team, no moon. Yeah, and on the great day, 20th of July in 69, Apollo 11 lunar lander approached the moon's surface and the computer suddenly became overtaxed. Oops. Priority displays designed by Hamilton warned the astronauts with 1201 and 1202 alarms. I guess that's the error code. And so NASA's mission control was able to understand what was happening and could alert the astronauts to place the rendezvous radar switch in the right position. Okay, something went wrong, they made it right. Okay, so much for that. And so the mission was a success, and Apollo 11's crew became the first humans ever to walk on the moon. And the software written by her team was the first software to land on the moon. The software was so reliable that NASA even used it, at least parts of it, for the Skylab space station, the predecessor of ISS, I think, and also in the space shuttle for those 2 ladies. So there was some time in between, but the software was written that well and reliable, they could use parts of it for those missions too. She received NASA's Exceptional Space Act Award in 2003 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama in 2016. Well, do something great for mankind and you can meet the president. Maybe wait some years. Depending on what type of president you want to visit. So, yeah, don't want to get too politically on my channel. Just a little side hit. Okay, so much for that. And, yeah, hope you like the set and my videos anyway. Stay tuned. Next up, the Saturn V, and then we'll fly to the moon. So, hope to see you soon. Bye bye.